April 2018, Augusta National. A man sinks his final putt to claim golf's most sacred prize, and the gallery greets him with boos. Patrick Reed had just won the Masters at 15 under, and somehow, that only made them hate him more. He was the most despised golfer in the modern game, and he kept winning anyway. But this story does not begin at Augusta. It begins with a teenage prodigy, and the accusations that turned him into golf's greatest villain. Patrick Reed's reputation began with victories, not controversy. At 15, he won the 2005 True Temper David Gossett Jr. Championship, then added the Junior Open Championship in 2006. Reed entered nearly 30 AJGA events, earning All-America honors 3 times and building a record of 6 top 10 finishes. Coaches noticed a teenager who thrived under pressure and finished tournaments with a sense of inevitability. At University High in Baton Rouge, Reed led his team to a state title, but college golf brought a sharper spotlight. He joined the University of Georgia in 2007, a program crowded with future professionals. As a freshman, Reed reached the semifinals of the U.S. Amateur, holding his nerve where many faltered. His scores stood out, even as rumors and tension began to swirl behind the scenes. A transfer to Augusta State in 2009 could have ended his ascent. Instead, it marked the start of his most defining run. Under coach Josh Grigori, Reed became the anchor of Augusta State's golf team, driving them to back-to-back NCAA national championships in 2010 and 2011. He earned All-America honors again, delivered under pressure in every elimination match, and helped topple powerhouse programs on college golf's biggest stage. Reed's reputation as a closer grew. He was the player who wanted the final shot, the one who delivered when everything hung in the balance. Teammates called him relentless. Coaches saw a work ethic that bordered on obsession. Before the doubts and headlines, Reed's record demanded respect. The foundation was set, and the expectations were sky high. In 2015, a book excerpt surfaced and set golf's rumor mill ablaze. The story was no longer about a relentless competitor or a college champion. Instead, national headlines fixated on allegations from Reed's past, claims of cheating and theft during his time at the University of Georgia. ESPN, Golf Channel, CBS Sports, and Golf.com ran parallel stories, each repeating the same explosive allegations that Reed had stolen from teammates, that he had bent the rules, that his victories were shadowed by suspicion. The author's words painted Reed as a win-at-all-costs outcast, and suddenly, every whisper from a college locker room became national news. Reed fired back. He called the claims baseless, demanded retractions, and released sworn statements from both of his former coaches. Chris Hack, his coach at Georgia, stated he knew of no cheating or theft, and that Reed's dismissal was for alcohol violations, not criminal acts. Josh Grigori, his Augusta State coach, echoed the same. No police report existed. No formal charges were ever filed, but the damage was done. The story had already taken on a life of its own. Journalists dissected every detail, quoting anonymous teammates who used the phrase toxic environment. Kevin Kisner, by then a PGA Tour winner, told reporters that all of Reed's former teammates hate him. The allegations, whether proven or not, became the backdrop for Reed's career. From that moment, every birdie, every win, every mistake was filtered through a new lens. The gallery's cheers turned colder, and Reed's persona began to shift, from rising star to golf's most controversial figure. The flame of suspicion burned brighter than any trophy. A gray dawn hangs over Augusta as Patrick Reed steps onto the first tee, 3 shots ahead and surrounded by a current of suspicion. The leaderboard glows with his name on top, but it's the crowd that sets the mood, restless, waiting. Reed's walk is brisk, shoulders squared, eyes fixed forward. Behind him, Rory McIlroy stalks like a shadow, a major champion with the crowd's full affection. Every time McIlroy's name is announced, the gallery erupts. Reed's introduction lands with a flat, scattered applause, punctuated by a low chorus of boos that ripple through the pines. From the first hole, the tension is unmistakable. Reed's opening drive splits the fairway, but the cheers are muted, almost obligatory. McIlroy, just a stroke back, draws roars with every swing. The contrast is sharp, one player fed by adoration, the other by defiance. Reed's caddy, Kessler Corain, leans in for a quick word, strategy not comfort. The pair move with the precision of fugitives, glancing neither left nor right. By the turn, the leaderboard tightens. Birdies from McIlroy and a surging Ricky Fowler close the gap. Reed's lead shrinks, and the gallery senses blood. Whispers turn to open jeers as he lines up a par putt on the ninth. The back nine looms, famous for its drama, and the mood is electric but hostile. Reed's every move draws scrutiny, his practice swings, his glances at the crowd, even the way he marks his ball. The pressure isn't just from the scoreboard, it's in the air, thick as the Georgia humidity. For Reed, winning means surviving the noise as much as beating the field. The final holes at Augusta feel less like a coronation and more like a trial. Patrick Reed stands on the 17th tee with the gallery's disapproval humming in the air. Ricky Fowler and Jordan Spieth are surging, the leaderboard flickering with danger. Every step Reed takes is met by a wall of sound, cheers for his rivals, and a low tide of boos for him. He glances at his caddy, Kessler Corain, and mutters a number, a yardage, a plan. The rest is blocked out. On 17, Reed's drive finds safety. He plays for par, not glory, and walks off with the lead intact. The crowd wants drama, but Reed gives them calculation. At the 18th, the tension is electric. Fowler posts 14 under in the clubhouse. Reed needs par to win. His tee shot lands in the fairway, a clean look. The approach is measured, middle of the green. He faces a long uphill putt for birdie. The noise swells, then hushes. Reed lags it close, the ball stopping 3 feet from history. He stands over the final putt, the chorus of disapproval growing quiet, replaced by a collective intake of breath. The stroke is firm. The ball drops. Reed clenches his fist, but there is no roar, just a scattered applause, and then, almost defiantly, a few more boos. The scoreboard reads 273, 15 under, one shot clear of Fowler. Commentators pause, then recalibrate. The word champion is spoken with a hint of reluctance, but no one can deny what has happened. In the heart of golf's most sacred ground, under the weight of suspicion and scorn, Reed has forced respect the only way he knows how, by winning. His name is etched on the green jacket, but the air around him crackles with unfinished business. Augusta has its victor, but not its hero. December 6, 2019. The Hero World Challenge in the Bahamas delivers a now infamous scene. Patrick Reed, crouched in a sandy waste area, twice brushes sand away from his ball. The cameras catch every motion. Rules officials review the footage and hand down a 2-stroke penalty for improving his lie. Reed shrugs off the verdict, blaming the camera angle, but the whispers ignite into open accusation. Commentators dissect the replay, frame by frame. Fans seize on the moment, cheater chants echo at tournaments for months. The bunker controversy becomes a rallying cry for critics, fueling Reed's outsider status. Yet, when the Ryder Cup returns, Reed transforms. In the cauldron of team play, he thrives on the jeers, earning the nickname Captain America for his match play heroics. His record, 7 wins, 3 losses, 2 halves, stands among the best. Reed's world divides, villain in the headlines, hero in the team room. The same fire that draws penalties fuels improbable victories. Every rules infraction, every chant only seems to sharpen his edge. June 2022. Patrick Reed's name appears on a new contract, one inked not with the PGA Tour, but with LIV Golf. The move is swift, calculated, and instantly explosive. Reed steps into a world where tradition is currency, and rebellion draws a different kind of spotlight. LIV executives welcome him as a prize, a champion unafraid to cross lines. The old guard recoils, sponsors vanish. Reed, unbothered, leans into his outsider role, trading the familiar jeers for the hush of uncertainty that follows every LIV event. But Reed's fight isn't just for trophies now. In 2023, he files a $750 million defamation lawsuit against Golf Channel and Brandel Chambly, demanding accountability for the cheater label that has shadowed him for years. The case grinds through federal courts, drawing headlines and legal briefs instead of scorecards. In July 2025, the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals delivers its verdict. The case is dismissed. Actual malice was not proven. The ruling is final. Reed's challenge to the media has ended, but the questions linger. The game has changed, but the tension remains. A champion at odds with the institutions that define his sport, still chasing respect that slips further away with every headline. Reputation bends, but results echo. In a sport obsessed with image, Patrick Reed forces golf to confront what matters more: how you play or who you are. That question splits fairways even now, and until the answer changes, the outsider's shadow stretches across every green. What would you choose?